yeah.
What is it?
It's called Jake Paul.
We're not talking about anything else except current events. Okay, so for the presidential election, there is someone new that just entered the race. The person's name is Michael Bloomberg. This was the former mayor of New York City, a billionaire. And so CNN, they mentioned this. I get updates of the news on my phone. I usually get it like early in the morning. So when I woke up at 6 today, this was the first thing that I saw. It showed that Michael Bloomberg is now running for president. And CNN says that Bloomberg is going to drastically shake up the Democratic field. So that's implying that he's going to be a competitive candidate, implying that it's going to be hard for some of the others to beat Michael Bloomberg. There's some analysts that would say Michael Bloomberg just barely jumping into the race. He doesn't have a lot of grassroots support, doesn't have a lot of people across the country that know him. But the fact that he's a billionaire, you have some of the news outlets that really promote him and make it seem like he would be a good candidate. What are some potential reasons for CNN to promote Michael Bloomberg? Yeah.
Maybe how rich he is.
Okay, how rich he is. All right.
That he was the mayor before.
Because he was a mayor at one point. And also there's the question, someone in another class, they said, well, why would he jump in this late? Anyone think of why he would jump in so late? Some of the other people have been campaigning for so long. Yeah?
Maybe to rile up the candidates.
Rile up the candidates. Okay. So understand, there are some wealthy Democrats that do not like Bernie Sanders. And they do not like maybe Andrew Yang or Elizabeth Warren or some specific candidates that may want to tax the wealthiest individuals a little bit more. Some of those Democrats may specifically like Joe Biden, and Joe Biden isn't doing so well in the polls. So some analysts are looking and saying, hey, could this be maybe their new preferred candidate? Maybe some of them even recruited Michael Bloomberg to run. What we were talking about with political advertisements on Facebook and Twitter at the beginning of class, how could this relate to what we're discussing now? Remember what we said with Facebook specifically? Yeah.
About like people talking trash about other like political people, and or they could like, or Facebook could like, other people that just change their username and act like they're different people can like raise up that person to get more people to vote for what they want.
Okay. Yeah, and we talked about how Facebook, how you can have people buy advertisements. Again, you can have a candidate that no one really wants to win. Like there's very few people that actually like that candidate, but if they have a lot of money, they can just pour millions of dollars into Facebook advertisements. And so Michael Bloomberg will see that might be what he's doing. He's mainly just putting his money into the candidacy, trying to spread awareness about him as a politician. Yeah.
Do presidents get a say on which president comes? Like, do presidents get to vote? Well, not like the presidents before. Did they
So
get
you're
to
asking like,
vote?
can Obama and George Bush and former presidents vote in the election?
Yeah, but like, so if can Trump vote for someone right now, or is that
Oh, you're talking about can he vote for a Democrat?
Yeah.
Okay, so for the primaries, it depends on the party and it depends on the year. Sometimes they'll have an open primary election where, like, for example, for the Democrats, anyone can vote, but it just depends on the party. Like, Republicans don't let Democrats vote in their primaries.